It's Jamie Hecht, everybody. Jamie!
Thank you very much. Can we give one more round of applause for Pat? He's fucking awesome, you guys. He gave me the best compliment of my life when he said, Jamie, you've got a great voice. It was just touching. It was touching. And give it up for Ramin. Ramin, our fearless leader. I mean, look at Ramin. He's a comedy teacher. He's divorced. He has 3 kids. I look at him and I think of myself, like 20 years ago, I totally would have fucked that guy. And my coworkers are here in the back. My coworkers are here. I did not think that through when I invited them. I think they're going to be drawing straws to see who goes to HR tomorrow morning. Look for me on LinkedIn, please. So yes, a little bit about me. I am a newlywed, still technically a newlywed, still riding that one. Yeah, I got married last year. And a lot of times when you get engaged, people always ask you, they go, were you surprised? And I always find this really funny because we had been dating for 5 years. I had my ring picked out for 4 years. I had been trying to manipulate him to propose to me for 2 years. So no, he didn't surprise me. He surrendered. Oh, thank you. Thank you. And, it was really, you guys, I was ready to get married, okay? Marriage is an amazing commitment. It is a really sacred institution. And my mom said she wouldn't do my taxes again this year, so I just felt like it was time. And another great benefit of being married is you don't have to be fake happy for other people. I get to be genuinely happy for other people. It's amazing. So now when people tell me they're engaged, I get to say, congratulations and welcome to the club. You have sex with your night guard still in. And I don't think my husband and I got super aligned on what we think is sexy. For me, it's like maybe like a boy short, maybe like a cotton tank top. And, for him, he likes me in things with like lace and buckles and like crotchless panties. And I do it because he pays our mortgage. I do it because I love him. I think what happened is I think when he was young and started getting his old baby boners, I think he stumbled upon his dad's like vintage chest of like 1970s Playboys, and the images sort of like imprinted. But it's great, it's great. Where we're aligned, where we come together is with a full bush. I like my men natural, you guys. I like my men natural. So, oh, you guys are so sweet. Thank you. So yes, we live here in DC, and it's a stressful town. I have my fair share of anxieties, but I deal with it in a healthy way, with drugs. No, I just smoke a lot of weed. That's it. And my husband doesn't necessarily love that I smoke weed. But it's like, excuse me if I got slightly distracted making the world's greatest plate of nachos and just happened to flood our bathroom. But he puts up with it, he deals, and I always tell him, I'm like, honey, we've only been together for 6 years. I have been in a deep, loving, committed relationship with marijuana for 16 years, and you just don't give up on that. You just don't. And, let's face it, marijuana is much safer than alcohol. We've all had our share of like dicey alcohol-induced situations, right? Like for me, it was back in college. I went to FSU. Anybody else? Oh, and really? See, that was the collective sound of people who did not get into their first choice school, right back there. Solidarity. So yeah, back in college, I was going out drinking with my boyfriend named Robbie. Left the bar with Robbie, or a guy that I thought was Robbie. It was a guy that just looked a hell of a lot like Robbie. Yeah, we call this fake Robbie night. Lives on in infamy. My friend was pretty pissed. When we got back to the apartment, she threw a stapler at my head. Just for some comparisons on the dangers of marijuana, last weekend I got stoned and condoed my closet. Just color-coded sweaters came out of that situation. Does anyone else have this situation when you're walking the mean streets of DC and you stumble upon those folks in like the vests and the clipboards, the charity muggers or chuggers, right, Dave? You know those guys, they're the guys that look like, they smell like, they wear organic deodorant. So I would do pretty much anything to get out of a conversation with these folks. I mean, the classic, like, just walk the other direction, I didn't see you. Or, you know, they're like, I'm on the phone, sorry. You know, that one. I would do pretty much anything to get out talking to Todd from Amnesty International. And they really have the ability to make me feel like shit. It's like, poor Todd's like, man, do you have a minute to save the children? And I'm like, no, sorry, I'm late for yoga Pilates, but good luck. So yeah, a lot of women my age have kids, and I sort of feel like it's an army, but and they're trying to recruit me, right? And this army, they're trying to recruit me, and in this army, everyone's named Jessica, and they're dressed from head to toe in Lululemon. And I'm not too mad at the Jessicas, you know. I wear Lululemon. I try to work out. You know, sometimes I even wear my Lululemon to work out. And you know, I think about my diet back in college because you know I was so effortlessly skinny back then. So I thought maybe I'd try to like get back into that, but it's been really hard to secure a Coke dealer here in DC. So and they're all like, you know, Jamie, you know, you're 36 and you're not getting any younger. You know, your uterus is rotting. Your fallopian tubes are just interior decor at this point. And you know, it's offensive because you don't know what's going on behind closed doors. You know, it's like you don't know my struggle. You don't know my sacrifice. I have been saving to buy a Roomba, and I had to spend it on my 2 abortions. Now, listen, there might be some conservative Republicans. You might be a little mad at me. Before you get upset, please know the father was Mexican. No one is getting into our country through my uterus, okay? I love that one so much. It's right here. So I was actually recently dumped by a friend. Yeah, it was tough. And it's difficult when you're dumped by a friend compared to like, you know, when you have a fight with a guy, because men are simple creatures. You know, with men, you go up to their house, you wear something sexy, half-ass hand job, you know, and they kind of can forget that you just threw a temper tantrum in the middle of Home Depot. But women are relationship ninjas, right? And we know how to hold grudges. And it hurts a lot with friends because you feel like a member of your own tribe betrayed you. It's sort of that feeling and confusion I get when I meet a gay Republican. It's like, what's going on there? And I just want to end on this, you guys. You know, just like Jennifer, you know, this class has been really meaningful to me, and I just loved making all the new friends I've made in this comedy class. So I want to thank them. You know, at my age, it's hard to put yourself out there. It's hard to make new friends, and I've had to put myself out there. I've been looking for some new friends because I've lost a lot of friends lately because they went through with their pregnancies. So that's my time. Thank you so much.